What's up? What's up, everybody? It's Vonnie V. Welcome back to my journal. I need to talk to y'all again tonight about a dating dilemma. Man, bro, why y'all ain't tell me dating was gonna be hard? Why y'all ain't tell me y'all supposed to teach me about ghosting? Y'all supposed to teach me about entitlement? Y'all supposed to teach me about all of this stuff that I'm encountering in the dating phase. Well, y'all ain't gonna teach me. I'm gonna just come on here and tell y'all about my own personal experiences. That's what a journal is about. That's what my journal is about. I decided at the beginning of 2020 that I was gonna start just sharing all my experiences, like things that I would write down in my own journal. I decided I might as well share those things on a vlog, a video log, a video blog, whatever it's called, I don't know. And I want to share it because I've learned from past experiences that sharing your experiences really helps you feel connected in a community, and it really helps you kind of process your experiences. And if I make it in a video, I'm more likely to go back and review it and learn from these experiences. And I got a kid, so he can go back and learn from my experiences, hopefully without having to suffer through his own experiences. Hopefully he can learn from my experiences, and hopefully you guys can learn from my experiences, and y'all kids can learn from y'all experiences, etc., on and on. So I'm dating. For those of y'all who don't know, you know, I've been single almost 2 years now. Come out of a real intense marriage, the end of a marriage, and so I'm back in the dating pool. I've healed, I've done my work. I feel that I'm in the proper emotional, mental, spiritual place now to go ahead and start dating again, man. Like, just put myself out there and date again. And I have to be honest about dating. You know, I don't fully trust my picker. I don't trust that I picked the right partners, because, you know, the partners I've chosen in the past, I've chosen without having acknowledged or healed through my past traumas, my past self-esteem issues, my past self-love issues, etc. I wasn't healed. I didn't even understand none of that stuff that I was living my life through in these relationships up until now. And so I'm just now starting to kind of like, I'm kind of getting better at tweaking and homing my device, my picker device. You know what I'm saying? I used to pick them fly girls, man, them fine girls, you know what I'm saying? Petite, fine, you know what I'm saying? And that was pretty much it. That was my only criteria for picking girls back in the day. I'm a 30-something now, so obviously I've outgrown that. But as a 20-something, all you pretty much needed for me was to be fine. And I did have a few more criteria. You couldn't be like just trash with your money. I did have that internal financial abundance kind of thing going on even back in my 20s. So you needed to be fine, number one. You needed to be financially responsible, somewhat. You couldn't be a financial wreck, because I really wasn't willing to blow all my dough on somebody. Even if you was fine, I really wasn't willing to blow all my dough in a relationship just recklessly. So you needed to be fine. You needed to have good credit, you know, be financially responsible. And you just couldn't be, you couldn't just be ratchet, like just in the sense of just a bad person, like cheating, lying, stealing, killing. You couldn't be a crook. I mean, I didn't have high standards for my relationships in the past. And that's not to say that the girls I ended up with were low standard girls. I actually, by the grace of God, ended up with all high standard girls. And you might be asking yourself, well, if you had all these high standard girls, why you single? Well, revisit some of my previous videos. I have a video about not settling for good people, and I have videos about making them jump through hoops. I talk about all of this in previous videos, but to make a long story short, the reason why I'm single after having all pretty much high standard girls is because I always attracted good girls, but I never attracted the right girl for me. And I'm not putting the blame on them. I'm putting the blame on me because I was never taught. I had to learn through life experience how to attract the right people. And what I've learned now is that in my dating life, I was attracting good people because I'm a good person, but I wasn't attracting the right people because I wasn't being myself. I wasn't leading with my heart. I have a video about that called Lead with Your Heart. I wasn't leading with who I am in my essence. I was leading with more superficial things to attract good people, but I wasn't leading with like my core, with like who I am to attract the right people. And so now at this stage of life as a 30-something, I'm a mom. I have a 5-year-old son, and my last relationship was a 10-year-long relationship. I feel like I learned everything I need to know. And so now I'm dating again, and I haven't been dating in the past 10 years, a whole decade done passed, G, where I haven't, been dating. And as we know in this day and age, 10 years, man, everything changes a lot in 10 years. And so the dating world has changed a lot since I've been out there actually in the dating world. So these dating dilemma videos, I'm sharing all my experiences. I'm sharing these experiences in hopes that I'm gonna get some feedback, I'm gonna get some help, I'm gonna get some guidance, because this is like a new world for me in a sense. I'm an alien to this whole dating thing, and I want to share my experiences just to help other people, alleviate some of the problems and the stresses that I've had to go through. So let's talk about my most recent dating dilemma. Excuse me, I'm drinking, I'm sipping. This is water, and this is alcohol, and that's how you're supposed to drink. All right, if you're gonna drink, you have to chase your drink with water. You have to stay hydrated to keep your body as healthy as possible while you're drinking. So the blue cup is water, the red cup is tequila. All right, check it. So my most recent dating dilemma. I do some online dating, and I found that that's an easy way for me to date. I have a day job, I have a kid, I have my social media life, I have a life. It's hard for me to get outside of my routine and like meet people. So I have incorporated online dating into my routine, and so I meet a lot of people online. It's just a way to meet people, and then once you meet people, you got to go from there to dating. So the online part, I'm meeting people, and I meet a lot of people. I meet a lot of, I've said this before in videos, it's a lot of great girls out there. Like, if you are a dude who dates girls or a girl who dates girls, you winning, G, because it's so many great girls out here. Like, I can't speak for how many great dudes it is, because I'm not out here looking for dudes. I'm not out here trying to date dudes. So I'm sure it's a lot of great dudes out here. I got a 5-year-old son. I'm trying to groom this dude to be a great dude, and I'm sure a lot of moms and parents and dads and stuff is out there doing that. But when I'm talking about my dating pool, I know it's a lot of great girls out there. My problem is not finding great girls. Again, my problem is I need to find the right girl. Like, I'm not wasting no more years on a good person who's not right for me. So my process is relatively, I wouldn't say it's strenuous, but I think I'm cutting them off. I'm cutting them off quick. You know what I'm saying? Once I see anything that's not right, that's not gonna fit. And we could talk more in detail in future videos about what a good fit is, but I'm cutting them off quick if in the beginning phases, if during our dating phase, if during our getting to know, talking, texting phase, it's not working, it's not right for me, I'm cutting them off ASAP. So most recently, talking to a girl, you know, my goal right now is to go on dates, is to meet people and just be out there, just be dating, man, be socializing, be exposing myself to good people and be exposing good people to me. So real quick, you know, linked up with this girl online, just chit-chatting, talking, texting for a couple of days. And, you know, I'm getting right to the point. You know, from my previous experience, I decided that I'm not going to spend 2 weeks talking, texting. Like, let's just get straight up to the dates, right? Like, let's get the vibe, let's get the energy in person. So that's what I did. Me and her, we chit-chatted, found out we have the same alma mater, found out that we have a couple of things in common real quick. So I'm like, cool, let's link up. You know what I'm saying? So I invited her on a date for drinks, just a meet and greet. And she was very receptive to that, you know, very, very open to that. She was down for that right away. She said, listen, you know, let's do it. This is the part of town I live on. She told me the part of town that she lives on. And I instantly realized that I lived on the opposite part of town that she lived on. So she lives south, I live north. And if you ain't already know, I'm in Chicagoland. And Chicago ain't no small town, right? So the south side is way far from the north side. So that's a really big gap to try to overcome in a big city like this. You know, a person who lives on the opposite side of town from you in Chicago, that's a big gap, you know, to try to overcome. So, you know, right away I was like, okay, you know, you know, if she really, you know, really, I'm really vibing with her, I'm willing to try to close that gap, meet in the middle. So I suggested a meet in the middle, which literally for us is like downtown Chicago, like the center of the city, which if you in the city, if you from the city or whatever, you understand how fucking crazy it is to be downtown. Like, if you just meeting somebody for a meeting, because that's what I consider like this first date, this meet and greet date for drinks. I never seen you before, I never met you before. We meeting up for these drinks, just a quick meet and greet to see what's popping. If somebody suggests that you meet them downtown Chicago for a quick meeting, you know that it's not worth it to do that for a quick meeting. Like, downtown Chicago is a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the ass, G. I'm using a cuss word. Alright, it's a pain in the ass to try to meet up downtown. The traffic is horrendous. Everything is expensive. The parking is crazy expensive. $50 to park. Just driving through to get there is crazy. The stress of the traffic. And then wherever y'all finna meet at downtown, it's finna be expensive. So I did a cost benefit analysis. I was like, yo, you know, how much is it gonna cost me? Hold on, man. I smell some smoke, G. Let me just... Alright, man. I'm sorry. My neighbor out there barbecuing. I'm smelling smoke, man. These cats don't know how to grill, G. But anywho, where was I? So getting downtown is crazy. The parking is finna be expensive. The stress, the traffic is finna be crazy. And then wherever you finna meet up for drinks or dinner or whatever your date is, it's finna be expensive. And that's at least $200 if I don't drive. If I Uber it, it's $50 each way. If I drive, the parking is $50. And then if I'm meeting up for drinks, I gotta take the risk on drinking and driving, get a DUI, driving back. So I'm estimating all this cost that it's gonna cost me to meet with this person who I never met, sip time, who I don't know. And after thinking about it, I decided I didn't want to pay all that cost. So I hit the young lady back. Let's just call her name Drea. All right, I hit Drea back, and I said, you know, Drea, I was thinking about it. Meeting up downtown, that's a big old hassle, you know what I'm saying, with all of the costs and the time and the stress it would take for me to get down there. So let me just hit you up next time I'm on your side of town, and you can hit me up next time you're on my side of town, and we can try to set up, you know what I'm saying, a date. But I think that's just gonna be too much just for a meet and greet, right? Super honest, super transparent. She hit me back with the, well, I'm certainly worth the hassle of you coming downtown. And I'm like, I wasn't immediately offended by that, but you know, my initial response was, yeah, I'm sure you are, because I know that I am. I'm worth the hassle too. But I'm not good. I don't want to pay to find out whether you're worth the hassle for that or not. Like, I don't want to invest that much to find out whether or not you're worth the hassle. Like, I know I'm worth the hassle, but I would never ask you to pay that price for me at this point. I haven't earned that from you. You haven't earned that from me. So just my good manners is not gonna allow me to ask you to pay that price for me yet. But she was asking me to make the investment to try to discover whether or not she was worth the hassle for all of that cost. $200 in a night. Who knows how much time and traffic and stress getting to and from. And what if the date is trash, bro? Like, it's a 50-50 chance that this date gonna be trash, and I'm gonna spend $200 all this time, energy, and effort to meet a person, and it's a 50% chance it's gonna be trash, or at worst we not gonna be a match. But at best we not gonna be a match. At worst, what if like it's trash? Like, what if she looked nothing like her picture? What if like she just really not interested? Like, what if it's just a complete disaster and I just basically invested a bunch of loss into this meet and greet? And so from this experience, okay, so just let me just let you know how this all ended. You know, she was pressuring me to like do it. She was like, come on out here and see me. You know, I don't drive, you know, so I need you to come to me and I'll make it worth your while. And I don't fucking know what that means, but whatever it means, I was like, no. I was like, no. Everything in my soul was like, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because in the very beginning, I've never met this person before, only been talking to her for a day or two, and she's already asking me and pressuring me to invest in her. And at this stage of my life, that's offensive. That's ridiculous. No, I don't want to do that, because I've been doing that my whole life. I've been over-investing in situations that I should have just rolled out. I should have just let them flow and see whether they were worth my time, my money, my energy, my effort. Instead of doing that, I was just throwing good money at the bad, time, energy, everything into these displays, these minor displays of interest. I was investing so much in these minor displays of interest, and it turns out they weren't worth the investment. All I ended up with was loss of energy, loss of money. I lost. And in some instances, harm. You know what I'm saying? Harm in the sense of emotional harm. You know what I'm saying? So everything in me was saying, no, man. No, we're not doing it. So I politely told the young lady, I said, you know, nah. I appreciate it. I'm sure you're worth the effort, but I don't know that yet, and it would cost me a lot to find that out. And that was it. And so I spent a couple of days like trying to wondering if I'm cutting them off too soon, but you know, nah, my soul kicked in and was like, V, you're doing it exactly right, bro. You actually finally at the point where you're counting the cost. You're finally at the point where you're deciding and not just reacting, where you're processing and not just reacting, where you're deciding. And like I'm this is my work, this is my test. The universe's test. I feel like this whole situation, like this whole dating thing, is like my test until I finally find my queen, right? Like this whole dating thing is my test. Like, are you really serious about, you know, processing instead of just reacting? Are you really serious about leading with your heart? Are you really serious about not settling for good people? Are you really serious about making them jump through hoops? Are you really serious about eliminating the obstacles to what you actually want? And that's what this dating dilemma was for me. I felt like it was a test of like, am I really serious about what I've been saying? Am I really serious about that? And I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm no longer settling for a good girl who has a desire to match my effort. I mean, I'm not gonna say this girl is a jerk. Like, I don't think she was a jerk by wanting me to come to her or pressuring me to come to her. Like, maybe she just didn't have the resources to match my effort. You know what I'm saying? But what I learned from this was that previously I thought that I just needed someone to have the desire to match my effort, which is what this young lady appeared to have. She appeared to have the desire to match my effort, but maybe she didn't have the resources to match my effort. And so what I learned is that I thought that I only needed desire, but I've learned from this experience that I also need like the capability. Like, it's no longer enough for a person to just desire to match me. Like, you also have to be able to match me. And when I say match me, I mean match my resources, my financial resources, my emotional effort, my mental, physical effort. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a car, I have a car. That's not a match, right? Like, you don't have great credit, I have great credit. That's not a match. If I'm able to bring more to you than you can bring to me, and I don't mean in necessarily equal terms, but I mean in maybe I could bring better credit, but maybe you could bring better fitness information, better fitness habits. Maybe I could bring more romance, but maybe you could bring more mental stimulation. Like, come on, G, that's what I mean by match. I mean, like, contribute. If tit for tat, if I'm contributing this, you contributing that. We ain't got to be contributing the same exact things. I'm fine with bringing all the money to the table if you coming with a lot of romance. I'm fine with bringing a lot of mental stimulation to the relationship if you bringing a lot of fitness and health discipline. Like, you got to be bringing something. Like, for whatever I'm bringing, you got to be bringing something else valuable. It don't have to be the same thing, but it has to be something that we can use together to develop and to grow. And it's got to be something that I can share with my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just have to match effort. You have to match me. And I thought that desire was enough, but I learned from this experience that it's more than just desire. It's desire and qualifications. Like, you got to be qualified. And, you know, if you desire me, then you'll be willing to jump through some hoops, right? Like I talked about in a previous video. But what if you're willing to jump through some hoops, but once you get through that hoop, you're not qualified for what you just signed up for? You know what I'm saying? What if you desire me in a relationship, but you're not interested in no mental stimulation or no spiritual growth? So what the big lesson that I learned from this particular experience is that the young lady was well-meaning. You know, she was expressing interest. She was involved in trying to plan a date, but she might not have had the resources to meet me, to match me, which I'm just assuming that. And so I'm just learning from it. I'm just choosing to learn from it. Like, she might not have had the resources. And what I learned is that I need the resources too. I need you to come with the resources too. I need you to come qualified. Like I told you before in a previous video, My life is my business. All right? I'm the CEO of my life. And so if you want to come and be a part of my life, which is my business, you got to be qualified, G. Don't come try to be a part of this business and you don't meet the qualifications. And that goes for me too. I'm not trying to be a part of nobody's life where I'm you out of my league. If you out of my league, then I'm not qualified to be a part of your business. If I'm out of your league, you're not qualified to be a part of my business. And that's no shade. That's no shade, bro. That's just reality. And we're going to talk in future videos about how to learn how to accept reality without being offended. I'm not offended. I done tried to holler at a couple of girls who I just straight up realized, and they knew it too, that they was out of my league. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on their level in major areas in their life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm real high on that financial level, but they real high on that fitness level, and I ain't ready to start just be in CrossFit yet. And that's important to them, and that's major to them. And so because I'm not ready to slide in that slot, they out of my league in that area. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a match. And so these dating stories, they helping me out. I was starting to think that I was cutting them off too quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. Am I just cutting them off too quick? Old girl want to meet up downtown. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to do all that for a meet and greet. You know what I'm saying? I need this proximity to be a little closer. You know what I'm saying? I might be cutting them off too soon, but I'd rather do that than overinvest into something again for the 15,000th time that's not right for me. So y'all let me know what you think and share this video. If you enjoyed this video, I guarantee it's 100 million other people who would enjoy this video. All right, if you like this video, share it. And if you like it, click like. Help me out, man. Look, also, I got a book, Blueprint for Abundance. I don't want to forget about that. VonnieVirgil.com. Check it out on Amazon.com. And you can also order the book from my website, VonnieVirgil.com. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Vonnie Virgil on all three. And I just wanted to come on here and share this. Thanks y'all for listening. Thanks for the advice. Thanks for liking and thanks for sharing. Give me your feedback. Give me your dating dilemmas. I love to collaborate. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.